What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy. I'm going to do my UFC 129 predictions. I'm going to keep it short, and I'm only going to do 3 fights. I'm going to start out with Machida and Randy Couture. Randy Couture over the past couple years, I'd say since he came back for the Lesnar fight, really, he's just kind of gone downhill. Which I mean, I guess is to be expected. He's like almost 50 or something. So that fight a couple years ago, I would have given him a decent chance to uh, keep it close. Use the dirty boxing, keep Machida clinched up against the cage, kind of the way Rampage did a lot of that fight. But I think at this point, I think he's just slowed down too much. I don't think he's quite got the same cardio, not quite as strong. All those different things. I just don't see that there's any way that he's going to go 3 full rounds with Machida and not get caught. And same as like with Liddell and Arlovsky and all these other guys. I don't think his chin is there the way it used to be. So I think at some point Machida's going to catch him, and once he does, I think it's pretty much done from that point. I think he'll jump on him and finish Couture. Not looking for it too early on, even though it could happen at any point, I guess. I'd say he'll probably work his game plan for a while, and eventually Machida will wear him down a little. Probably slow down a little bit, and that's when Machida will catch him. So I'd say probably late second round, third round, somewhere in there, Machida will probably catch him and TKO him. Hominick and Aldo, this fight is going to be pretty badass. Probably one of the closer fights Aldo's been in. But when it comes down to it, I think the guy's just pretty much untouchable, especially at 145. Even at 140 or 155, he's probably pretty close to untouchable even there. So I mean, Hominick is a badass, really good striker. I think Aldo's a better striker, and that's not even his strong point. I think his jiu-jitsu is probably even better than his striking. So Aldo's probably, it's not somebody you're probably going to see me pick against anytime soon. Uh, Definitely, I think a top 5 easily pound for pound fighter. I'm not going to get into that though because that's kind of touchy. It's kind of, yeah. But GSP and Jake Shields. Jake Shields hasn't looked too great in the UFC. He beat Henderson in Strikeforce, but Henderson has never really been that great at defending takedowns, even though he's an Olympic wrestler. He likes to throw the big heavy shots, and he kind of puts himself in bad positions. So the fact that Shields got him down wasn't really too surprising. He's been taken down by lesser wrestlers than Shields, so I mean that wasn't really too surprising. And Henderson does tend to gas, so that didn't really surprise me too much that he beat him. It did surprise me a little bit that he withstood the onslaught the first round when Henderson was just throwing bombs on him. But I'll definitely give him credit for that. I'd say he's probably got better jiu-jitsu than GSP, but everywhere else GSP is just superior. I think this fight's going to look a whole lot like the GSP and Fitch fight, the second GSP Koscheck fight. I think GSP is going to avoid the takedowns. He might throw in a takedown or two here and there for himself just to get some points, but I think overall he's going to keep it standing, and I think he's just going to batter Shields for 4 or 5 rounds. Might even TKO him. He kind of didn't look too great against Campman. Even recently, he's had a really close fight with Miller where GSP pretty much dominated the shit out of Miller. So definitely going GSP in that one. And the last thing I want to say is it's awesome to see Jason Macdonald back in the UFC. It's been a while since he's been in there, as far as I know. I haven't noticed him back. So definitely cool to see him on there. Hopefully he either gets on the main card or the fights there's enough knockouts and submissions that he gets on the card. So definitely post your thoughts, your predictions, all that good stuff. And let me know what you think. Subscribe. I'm going to do this, like I said, every UFC, all the Strikeforce events. Well, for the most part, not all, because this past couple of months there have been a ton. So definitely just leave your comments and all that good stuff, and keep checking back, and I'll be doing this with all the events.